What's up, Mango Bay? We talk our crazy wild show, our wild live show that we had last Saturday. It was insane. And we also talk Salman Rushdie and the stabbing issue that happened.
Among other many hilarious
Wild,
things.
wild.
It's a good time. It's
Very
a smart time, too.
Oh, very good.
Very smart time.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay.
Mango.
Bay. Yeah?
We're doing it?
Yeah.
Mango fucking Bay,
Doing
dude.
it.
Welcome to Mango Bay, one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We're two best boys who are comics in New York who bring the wilderness, the thoughts, the jokes, the vibes, bring you some news, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. You know, fuck with us. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, blah, blah, blah.
We gotta say fuck with us because it seems like it's obvious they fuck with us.
They fuck with us. They
How
stay
do we know
fucking
this?
with
How
us.
do we know they fuck with us?
I know. I have a bit of a hangover. I know we lied on last week's episode where we were like, the show was great because we recorded it before the actual show. Now we're here to tell you the Mango Bay live show, Hangama, was it was God level. It was
Hindu god level.
It was Indralok level.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, Muslim god maybe. It was 8-armed
It was
god.
that vibey. It was celestial.
Bro, it was it. It was it.
It was honestly, and I say this obviously, we feel one of the best experiences of our lives.
For sure, 100%.
But there were people in the audience who were like, this is one of the best things I've done in my life.
100%. 100%, dude.
And
it was like literally a temple. It was like temple. It was like a temple experience. Everyone came, the congregation. It
was like a fun version of going to temple or mosque.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? Because they did what was the service at the beginning, which was comedy.
Yeah.
Us with the riffage up top.
Boom.
Some great stand-up, including Joe Russell.
Who killed it.
Who fucking destroyed it.
Killed it.
Okay.
I want you to imagine a man like Mitch Hedberg going up at a garba.
At a garba, exactly.
Just smashing.
Or like an ISIS rally, you know? Or like the burning of an embassy.
Yeah,
and
Joe
then he
Russell,
just gets up.
I know now that Joe Russell could have stopped ISIS.
He really could
if
have.
they put him in the cave.
Benghazi would not have happened had he been there.
But been done.
And I remember when Joe went up to stage too, he was just like, all right, I guess.
Here we go.
He shrugged on his way up.
Bro, people looked at him like in the beginning like, this could be Bob Ross. He could be painting. We have no idea what's going to happen.
It could be the Prophet Muhammad. That's how Joe's aesthetic runs,
It
though.
could be anything, dude. Painter / messenger of God. And he goes up and just does the fucking jokes. The jokes he's been doing. You know, he doesn't go like, so hello guys, it's crazy that I'm here. Right? He didn't go too crazy on the brown.
Yeah,
he could have gone full like tinga on us and busted out some curry jokes that he might have been saving. No, just you ever drive a self-driving car or something? Just Joe shit.
Just did Joe.
I had an omelet the other day, and I swear to God, it just like smashed.
I really believe the show was great before that. People were fucking having a blast. But in terms of the stand-up,
Sure.
I felt like Joe really
Opened it.
And then Joe stayed after for the full after party.
100%.
And you know how many people came up to me and they're like, I called Joe a pedophile.
Yeah.
Like Indian ass NRI.
Dude.
They're like, I called Joe a pedophile.
Dude,
I was
people
like,
who
oh
weren't
my
even at the
God.
show. I'm like,
I know,
what?
I know.
You just heard of the kill.
The Uber driver.
Yeah.
Joe's a pedophile.
He's like, how much you tip? He's like, dude, I was like, don't worry about it. This was the tip. Seeing the pedophile. Dude, it was bonkers. It was lore. It was mango lore.
It
People
truly
coming
was.
in, understand the mango energy. We had some of our famed school shooter people that we love.
They're the best people.
Best people.
We give them an outlet to really be.
They could have gone to the school the next day, or they came to this show.
Listen, there were like 4 or 5 people who just came solo.
That's what I'm saying.
And they came out just fucking vibing.
100%.
It was like Burning Man or something.
It was so fucking good. And then those people found each other. They're like, oh, you're solo.
I know.
What kind of AK-47 would you use, in a school situation?
I know.
And it was just like such a vibe. And I'm seeing people hang out, So we do a show. Me and him, P, go up. We fucking hit it. We fucking slap the bitch up. We fucking Indian uncle
We really
this
did.
bitch.
Did.
Right? Fucking
big cha-cha energy,
dude.
for sure.
I mean, next one, if we're wearing kurtas and lungis, it wouldn't be out of place, dude.
It's happening.
And we did a great show, a great comedy show. After party afterwards, we got all the booze, we got all the fucking kati rolls, sponsored by Kati Roll
Kati
Company.
Roll Company came through, served up some delicious,
So good.
like channa rolls, aloo
So
rolls,
good.
and the fucking Malai chicken tikka
So
rolls were
fucking good, dude.
unreal good.
Fucking Lunar came through with the
Lunar,
alcohol.
drink Lunar.
Seltzers. It was fucking
So good, so generous.
Hyphen coming in.
Hyphen,
partner, right?
our daddies of the fucking our
the
mommy
zaddies,
daddies.
dude. Super
they were
Hyphen
unreal.
zaddies came in.
Unreal venue, unreal
Super.
food, unreal booze, unreal
Dude.
vibes.
Dude, a killer show, a killer hang afterward. It was just fucking perfect, dude. Women came from Canada. I mean, Jesus,
People
fucking
were
guys.
coming out of the fucking woodwork for this. People were spilling out the door for this.
Dude, people were like, dude, I'm on the run from the law,
I know.
but I came to this show. I really had to come. This is my alibi for
I was
something.
just about to skip town after murdering my parents, but I had to stop here first.
I just stabbed Salman Rushdie.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna say-
I had to come to the show. Fucking Matal came to this goddamn show, dude. Hadi Matal.
Hadi Matal.
Came to this- and he had VIP sitting because I'm Muslim.
He
You
did.
know, and I love Iran.
He did.
But it was so
He was our DJ, actually. No, our DJ was DJ Neil Ghosh.
Neil Ghosh.
He killed it.
So fucking good. All the people came out, dude. Oh, dude, it's just the lighting was, even down to the lighting.
The lighting was
awesome,
incredible. The whole thing was incredible.
dude. And we had to
And again, I just cannot give more credit to our fans.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time we got to see our
See
fans
people
in the
in
flesh
live,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And they were every bit as fucking dope.
and weird like us. Like we you know, the vibe we bring, right? Goofy intellectualism, fucking jungly energy, you know, with a lot of love, and that's exactly who came out.
Exactly who came out.
The first three people we saw, we walked in, and there was three people as if it was Pixar's Inside Out, and you just took three versions of us. There was like this Bengali guy who looked homeless, right?
Yeah.
Just a fucking shaky dude. There's another kind of like more like thinky
Bro-y,
kind of guy,
yeah,
bro-y
yeah.
thinker. And there was a lady on crutches who
Oh,
was just
yeah.
fucking
They put a lady on. A white lady on crutches.
a white lady on crutches. Who is our vibe? That is for sure.
That is our
Our
vibe.
vibe, just a destroyed white woman who just loves brown people, you know, just undone by the world.
Oh my god.
And I saw those three, and I was like, "This is our Captain Planet
I
crew
know it.
right here."
I know it.
You know, and they saw us, they vibed, and it was all setting up. People started streaming in. Nobody was that late because they were excited. We had standby people sitting outside.
Dude, we had at least 25 people on standby. who came in,
100%.
You know,
and
hanging off the
fucking,
rafters.
You know, our boy Mirage, we fucking can't
Our
forget
intern
him.
Raj cannot forget him.
Dude, it
Fucking
helped the whole
could not
night,
have
dude.
happened
It was
without
just
him.
a fucking, you know, the characters.
I've never been to a better party. Real talk.
It was the best.
It was the fucking best.
It was the fucking best.
And we are very grateful to all of you who came out to fucking hang, to fucking just enjoy life with us.
It was
That's what
the
it was
best.
about.
Going around meeting people, and everyone was like old friends. It was like all friends. People we didn't even know, but it was all friends.
I
Because
know.
it just brought the friendship out, dude. It was, and Joe was a star.
Joe
man
was a
behind
fucking
the
star.
behind the camera.
I saw Joe's like wings, butterfly wings, come out that night.
Yeah, dude.
You know, Joe was bopping around, fucking
Hanging out. Olivia was nowhere to be found that night.
I have success with brown crowds I found in the past. Whenever I'm at like a club and
Yeah.
like for some reason there's a lot of like a
Well,
lot
you know
in there.
why, Joe?
Yeah.
It's because they're colorist, and you look like a light-skinned, fair-skinned brown man.
I can see that.
I think they just like weird jokes.
That's
Well,
true.
I think Indians are thinkers. You know, we're you know we love we're thinkers, and so when you have like logic and thinking, we're all
like
chess
it.
players and little puzzle guys.
They enjoy it. They like
yeah.
seeing the turn of the thing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
definitely
The
a little
logic adds up.
surprise. I can see it Joe in Mumbai after every joke of some guy going like, "Oh, my favorite food, I'll tell you, chole bhature," and Joe's
Badhiya,
like,
badhiya.
badhiya,
What? Badhiya.
Bahut badhiya. Badhiya is a great one. But you know, seeing our guy thrive, seeing the guy who you know is with us as well through this whole journey.
I know.
You know, getting the love, equal about like just like everyone be knowing. They're like, "Oh, fucking
They
producer,
know Joe.
the thing we love."
They know Joe. They give Joe raucous applause when we introed
Ruckus,
him.
dude.
You know,
Ruckus. And dude, the entire night, how fitting, or just the Mango Bay theme song playing on the projector in the back. Our faces just looking at everybody having a good time.
Yep.
Our huge faces.
Yeah.
Just fucking looking out. Oh, dude.
Stay tuned for the next one, guys. For real, for real.
100%, dude. Oh my God. White girls, y'all were great too. I don't want to hate on white
guys
girls.
were
There was
wonderful.
some good ones.
Seriously.
There was some super white ass girl who was like, dude, I fucking like found Mango Bay, dude. And I started loving it. Like, Are you from like?
That's everyone. Yeah. That's the whole thing about the people who come out for the pilot. They listen to it once, and if they fuck with us, they really fuck with us.
It's done because it is so obviously like a discovery.
Yeah,
Mango Bay the discovery because we ain't on any TV show yet. It's really a discovery.
It is,
and it's like that this is the only product that is this is like
it's the only thing like this. There's nothing else like this on the fucking planet, whatever it is. And dude, it was humbling. It was actually humbling.
When
it's humbling.
There was a moment. There was a moment when I was like, we were outside, and I was like seeing everybody just like hang out, just like panorama view.
Yep.
I had to walk out. I had to walk out. Actually, it was like too much for me to handle.
I know. A couple of times, you and I, when people were really piling up, should we get the fuck out of here? Should we just go record an episode or something?
Out of here. Yeah.
Let's leave,
dude. They're gonna have a good time regardless. Forget about it. And it was like, even after the show was good, I'm like, what if we just leave for now, dude?
I kept going up to the balcony and just looking, and I was just like, fuck.
Dude, man. That balcony was like the view, because you get to see everyone there, and just fucking, there really are no words, and we love you. And it was an affirmation of God and love. And God is now real to me.
It was a holy moment, dude. It truly was. Should we get into it?
Let's do it. Anything else you want to say about the show?
More stuff's going to come out, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway. Joe's a pedophile.
Joe is it's one of the show names, I think. So after, the Wally show, we'll have like a Joe's a pedophile show where it's just him doing an hour.
Mango Bay for kids.
Yeah, Mango Bay for kids. The force turned around in a fun way.
Raw mangoes. Starring Joe Russell. We're getting into first of all, let's talk Salman Rushdie.
Yeah.
Because somebody rushed D-stage and fucking shanked him up.
Oh, right. That was there for all of us.
Right there for all of us.
I couldn't get it. I love it, dude.
The guy was Jamaican. That's what I'm saying. I rushed D-stage.
Man.
This motherfucker, haram.
Satanic verses.
The bumbaclat.
That does sound like a thing you'd yell before a beat drops. Satanic verses.
Satanic verses.
Dude,
it sounds like a rapper name, actually.
Satanic verses. Dude, it's fucking great.
Lil Uzi Vert would have that'd be like an album title,
or like the verses they do nowadays, right? Between two artists, Satanic verses. Beelzebub. So apparently, this guy was at a scholar symposium.
Yeah, upstate New York, right?
Upstate New York. This guy was about to get started.
I think so.
And then this guy, I think he started getting punched by this random dude.
Punched or stabbed?
No. So he started getting punched, and then he started getting stabbed.
Wow. So this guy had enough time to escalate.
Dude, he was punching, and it's a bunch of nerds who are just like, please, sir, no. Like,
I know. There's the easiest place to assassinate somebody is at a literary conference.
Nerd symposium.
Yeah.
What's more safe than stabbing a dude at a nerd symposium, right? Very easy vibes there.
Bunch of writers. Dude, there's a very funny episode of The Sopranos where Christopher Moltisanti goes to get something from the screenwriter guy.
Yes.
And he's doing like a workshop for writers or something, and he comes in and he beats the shit out of him. And the guy, after they leave, he looks up at him. He's got like a black eye and bloody nose. He's like, a whole room full of writers and nobody did anything. It's like exactly like that.
100%.
It's exactly like
I know that whole thing where Moltisanti wants to be more than just gangster like.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. So the guy came in and they started boxing, started fucking stabbing. I think Salman is in a coma or something, and he's got like an eye.
He's off a ventilator now. Apparently.
A ventilator, and so everyone is fucking sad. Everyone's giving condolences. The Iran Foreign Ministry was officially gang.
Yeah. There's that check mark emoji.
Check mark emoji. 100 emoji. Emoji.
Dude, you know what's wild? It's like
Iran was doing gang signs on a video.
What's so wild is I think it's because this is like 40 years later or some shit. 30 years
89
later.
was the
89
was the fatwa against him. Yeah.
That's 30 plus years
33
later.
years, right? Yeah.
30 fucking years later, they got this guy. But they didn't finish the job.
Dude, here's the thing, dude. It's just like this fucking random ass dude.
24 years old.
24 years old,
yeah.
Right? Light-skinned Arabian-looking type.
He's Persian. He's
Persian
Iranian
guy.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the school shooter is going to start slowly gradienting, right? Starts with white, and it goes to Persian.
I mean, look, let's be real. Outside of like people with real national liberation struggles, like a Hezbollah or Hamas or something like that, like the Al Qaeda types, the global Islamists, jihadist types, those are all school shooter types.
Sure, of course.
You know what I'm saying? They're all full on
I told
incels.
you my fucking Bengali boys, right? School shooter.
Because you know what's so funny is incels now, white incels now, if you look at their ideology and how they think and what they're about all the exact same things as like ISIS recruits.
The
are.
reigniting of
it's just like
nationalism.
Hey, there's no men have lost their place in society.
Sure,
it's become less traditional. Our boundaries are falling apart, and we need to do something about this. Right?
It's definitely like ends justify the means based on the problems that are. And it was what happened. I mean, dude, it's fucking intense.
Like Elliot Rogers, you know, that whole vibe. You know,
dude, if you can't go to like Housing Works to do a speech, it's kind of dangerous. You know,
I know.
Like you're in Housing Works, some guy walks in, take this, just knifes through a book,
knifes you, dude.
And here's the thing: I will say this, the lawyer does have like I see these like lawyers of like these school shooters, and I'm like, what is the defense here? So for this guy, I must have been like. A stab.
Yeah.
Could have been a shot. It was just a stab.
Your Honor, could have been way worse.
Could have been way worse. Like he
could have bit his dick off, Your Honor.
I want to interview these lawyers of school shooters. Like, what are you planning here? What's the angle? But anyway, so I read all these news articles on this shit. Is kind of seeing the people's reaction and stuff. Iran's was hilarious because it was like, bitch, you thought, right? Yep. As fuck. Now there was an interview with his mom, the school.
Lakshmi was like gang as well.
That's what you get for breaking up with a baddie. Huh?
I wrote a cookbook.
Yeah, dude.
I'm an author too.
Padma's that kind of girl where you make one joke, she does not laugh.
No,
she's not a laugher.
Utterly humorless.
Oh, God, zero.
Utterly humorless.
So there's a on New York Times. There's this article that was like, Stu Stabber's mom says, "quote I'm done with him." Which is a very white liberal thing, like
Your Honor, time served. Am I right, Your Honor?
Because white liberals like, your mom isn't talking to you? Is there a worse fate than your mom? Meanwhile, our moms disavow us every fucking 2 days.
Yet they won't leave us alone, too.
Yeah. My mom wishes abortion on me every 2 days, but wonders when I'm calling. It's insane. And then white people seeing that, like, this is a story. This is a front page story. Mom says son sucks.
I'm done with him.
No more. He's not invited back home for my food.
I'm done with him.
So it's like, I mean, I don't even know. What really scares me is that this guy was just at like a nerd convention. He was going to do some nerdy shit.
Yeah.
And he got stabbed. That's scary to me.
Dude, you know what's scary about it? Not to bring it back to the Mango Bay live show, Patreon. Remember, 3 months Patreon gets you free for free. Is a friend of mine saw my IG story. She lives in California. Took a screenshot of it, of us, you and I on stage, showed it to her dad, and her dad was like legitimately worried.
What do you mean?
Because he's like, okay, people are out here stabbing people on stages now and hitting them, right? Sure. Chappelle, the guy came with a bayonet on a pistol or whatever.
Oh yeah, he had like one of those like a bong that's strapped to an orange juice can.
The like trans unhoused guy who was like a fucking drill rapper or something.
He got weapons from the house he was doing crack in, and he just took it. Yeah. So you're right, dude. I mean,
I made a joke about Rushdie getting stabbed on stage together. I forget what it was. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, I will take a knife for this man.
Yes.
I remember. I was like, don't come stab him, because you made some kind of funny like Muslim-esque joke or whatever.
The Pakistan
something,
and then afterward, I think something like that.
Yeah.
You're right, dude. We're in a public place, dude. We have our schedule online.
I'm very worried about you in those situations because. For me, they're like, he's already going to hell, But for you, it's like, hey, he's leaving the gang or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's fucking...
I'm scared of two groups of people. These are my big fears in comedy. One is fundamentalist Muslims who see some of my bits, that are just goofy as hell. But they, I'm sucking dick in Arabic a lot of times.
That's true.
It's a lot.
It's a classic bit.
It's a classic bit. I love it. The fans love it. The fans love it. The kids love it. You know who doesn't love it? You know who loves it more than anybody? Hindu Indians love it in Mumbai. I tell you what,
ape shit over that joke, dude.
Nobody has killed harder at a joke than me doing Arabic dick sucking in Mumbai and Gurgaon. Anyway, I've never forget that, how amazing that joke was doing there. But that's scary to me because that will happen one day. I think I'll do a headline thing and some just like, this bloody bastard can talk about Muhammad.
Right.
And white women. Right? So, like, white women are, like, retroactively always being like, fuck you, you. So some jilted lover might come back 7 years later.
So that's the other group that you're scared
That's the
of?
other group I'm terrified. I'm equally terrified of both. What's going to happen is a white girl who's a Muslim is
Who
going to
converts to Islam
is
and
gonna
then
kill
just
me. Yeah.
comes
a
with-
white girl who I used to be bang is going to become Muslim, see that I'm not Muslim enough, and then on two fronts kill me.
Look, ex-girlfriends do be radicalized, though,
100%.
by an experience of getting broken up with or whatever.
I can point to 3 girls in my past that have changed their hair to blonde the moment I broke up with them.
Listen, weird. You know how many blue hairs I've turned now
Turned
in my
blue hair.
life?
She turned blue hairs.
You know?
Dude, when you see that,
It's
you're
bad
like,
for society is the problem.
dude, just the Queen starts playing in my head. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, I fucking, because here's the thing, bro. You forget that the world is trash men-wise, so they find the one guy that's cool as fuck to them. Then they get jilted, and then it's like, I need to dissociate. I can't.
Yeah, I know. And not to say that I or you are saints or that we're somehow perfect, whatever, but those are 2 very scary groups.
It's very scary. And
Okay.
I think your scary might be some BJP who takes you wrong, you know?
Maybe, but you know, the thing about the Hindus, I have to say, is that, and this is both in their favor and works against them, is that they're a little too pussy-ish
Okay.
for it. Like, this is the general thing. Somebody made this argument where when they were talking about divisions, and I forget who said it, he's like, Hindus sharpen arguments while Muslims sharpen knives.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a good thing for, I mean...
I'm not saying it's a good thing for either.
Yeah.
I will say that because Islam is so codified, don't do this.
Yeah.
That it's more easy to rally, you know? Because if you have the book by rote, fundamentalists can start. But I don't know, fundamentalist Hindu, what does that even mean, you know?
I mean, it's weird because Hinduism is like
so amorphous.
we're calling it the religion is one thing, and it is a
Right.
religion, right? But it's really just an entire civilizational cultural system,
Right.
And so within that exists things like atheism,
Right.
or schools of thought, and so everything that we regard as religious and stuff is
Right.
actually very philosophical.
There's no
you
Muslim
know?
who's like, I love Islam, I hate gays, but I don't think God is real.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
no like
It
Muslim
doesn't
atheist,
exist like that,
You know?
You know?
Like you can't just not subscribe to the God part. You know?
I know.
It's just what it is, and I think Muslims are interesting because they plan for that.
Yes.
One of the main pillars of Islam is God is real.
Yeah,
You can't escape that. It's pretty much right there.
it's right there.
Okay, just in case you were wondering.
Not that like those heterodox Gnostica schools of Hindu thought are necessarily they aren't that prominent. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But they are things that historically in historical Hinduism have existed. You
Weren't
know?
there some things that you read in Hinduism where like this is like a sect where they're like pray 5 times a day and go pray to the east. It's like this looks familiar.
Look, it's a big tent. It's a big tent. Okay.
Oh,
Speaking
are we
of
all in
tents,
this? Muslims are looking around. Like, what tent is this? There's a tent above this
it's a
tent.
big tent in the desert.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Now, I mean, I've gotten some things like this where there has been a heckler that has come to a show that has known me before. You know what I'm saying? And has known me from IG.
Is this the guy who used to comment at the very beginning of Mango Bay, who would come into your comments and go, Usama, no!
Oh, God, dude.
Like 10 O's.
That guy is a sweet boy.
He was a sweet boy.
Who has a bush that's not as long. He lives, he's in Dallas, and he would always do a no, but also the stop sign.
Yeah.
A lot of the stop sign. Not
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Not him. This different guy. He like saw me, my videos, and was like, I had a lot of Muslim content in the beginning.
Yeah.
So he came with his wife
Whoa.
to a couple of shows, and then I saw this little hijabi and this Bengali guy in the back, and I'm like doing jokes, and I'm going in, and afterwards he goes up and he's like, I cannot believe you did these things, and he like takes his wife, he adds cloth to her face. You don't even get to see her eyeballs, right? And he takes her away, and I was like, this is that lantern. This is that lantern. This is that lantern. I swear to God. There's a lantern, and I'm like, "What in the world just happened?"
You had to have been the 4th offensive thing just in that whole vicinity. Period.
Bro, it was like, what was going on, right? Like, I see that guy doing crack right there. Not a difference in my
Did
mind.
he go get the police? He'd be like, "Sir, did you hear what he said about the prophet?"
Yeah, I'll get the police. It comes back with the bearded guy, orange bearded guy. This is the mom. This is the imam, the police of God. Go talk. It was crazy, and I was like, "This is very tame," but add a knife to that guy.
Add a knife to that.
Add a knife to that guy. Add some boxing, Add some writers in the room.
Why didn't he just leave during the set? That's more of a statement too.
Yeah. I think he wanted to make sure I knew that I was going to hell.
I mean, bro.
You know,
It's like
these fucking guys.
How could he listen to you and not think that you don't know that already?
Dude, I think there's one part on that where I'm like, dude, I'm going to hell.
You know?
Right? Who's burning? Who's burning with me? You know? And dude, he's like applying hijabs to her ear. You know?
So this is the only time this guy's shown up.
Only guy. This is one time that I never saw him again.
Because I remember one time you did like a full an hour set.
Yeah.
And I hosted that show.
You remember this?
And there was it was like
family of
it was like a family of
Bengalis.
like 8, and it was like 5 14-year-old kids, and then like their 3 grandmothers or whatever.
Where did they find this?
And I think it was like right after Pete Ravello talking about bestiality, and
Dude,
somewhere in you just said fuck or fucking or something, and then there was like time to go.
Dude, I think it was after bestiality too.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, so I'm fucking this dog. And, and then he was like, so I got a girlfriend. They're like, absolutely not. Absolutely out of marriage. I see them on Fireline. I'm like, what Eventbrite page did y'all see?
Yeah,
How did y'all find
Seriously,
this?
it was exactly one pew that left because it was at the tiny cupboard church.
So weird. And it was like this auntie that was like hijabbed up, and I'm like, do you think you're gonna come here and have a good time? I can't wait to see the Arabic joke. That would have been amazing, though. Actually, that would blow my mind. Actually, if I saw a hijabi come in, take off the hijab, not for the next hour and a half, you know, and then puts it back on.
Puts it back on.
Get the fuck out of here. Because here's the thing, I'll attract more Muslims just because Usama Siddiquee. That's a very obviously Muslim name. I got a Muslim now. Again, I don't have the Muslim contingent because I don't do. I'm obviously not.
No, but you have the Bengali contingent.
Bengali.
The Bengalis really. You are the guy.
Right.
For Bengalis.
I grew up
That's
also
a big.
Right. And it makes more sense because I grew up Bengali more than Muslim,
Right.
So it makes sense that I'm expressing more of that energy anyway.
Bengalis really fuck with you.
Dude, they're in there,
Yeah.
right? And they need to tell me too. And they always, you know what they'd love to do?
Yeah.
They love to take away my Bengali because I'm from Kolkata. Listen, I'm proud of my fucking Kolkata dad.
You are Bengali and
Bro.
you're Bangladeshi.
Yeah, I'm both. People try to take away Bengalis love being like, oh, you're not full Bangladeshi. It's like, bitch, the best parts of us are in West Bengal.
That's the whole partition problem, though. Right?
Yeah.
I was dating a Bengali woman. Well, and she was from Bangladesh. Very hot. She's a really cool woman. And at one point, I was just like, "Oh, you're Bengali." She was like, "Actually, Bangladeshi." And I'm like, "Listen, fair, but at the same time, you're fucking Bengali. It's like you can't ignore that this was all one thing for a while."
It's like, bro, it's like 40 years.
I know.
And you're gonna stamp your ground.
I
40
know,
years.
exactly. I mean,
You know?
you got to chill. I'm just on that level. It's like have pride in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is killing it. I think it's a great country.
It's like the the half Asians who are like, I'm half Asian.
I know.
It's like there's a white guy right there.
Yeah.
He's right there. Dude.
Exactly.
So just accept it. He's right there.
Exactly.
Bro, I saw this. This is the director. I was doing the shoot, and she had a half white, half Asian energy. You know what I'm talking about? Where like
she was one of those.
One of those where like just like everyone's just angry all the time. Just like everyone's offensive constantly.
Yeah.
Just halfies. Halfies really got to go the distance,
Dude,
don't you?
the half Asian contingent, you know what their problem is? Is that it's actually they're fully white.
Yeah.
They just have and they fetishize their Asian side.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
So
They have an Asian fetish.
They go double hard
Yeah.
on the Asian. You think Pranav likes Asians? Half Asians love Asians.
Yeah,
right?
it's like that. Their white side has an Asian fetish.
Dude, it
it's
really
like calm
does,
down,
dude.
guys.
And it's a problem because nobody likes them, dude.
Oh, I just remember peak COVID when like Asians were getting beat up on the street and stuff like that, and mass shooting and all, which is all horrible shit.
Every half
and
Asian.
people were like really capitalizing on the Asian
100%,
identity
100%,
stuff, right? So
100%.
you can't ignore it. It's like, now we have this many deals and da 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 da. You know,
Dude.
great, do it. It's fine. We would gladly capitalize.
I remember
on,
all these half Asians coming up on stage with a theremin. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
With a fucking
with a
one-string
shanai,
fiddle.
with a one ring, with one single reed
one-string
shanai
fiddle.
or whatever. Yeah, like a fucking. Coming on, and then all of a sudden they all have like white names, because like their dads are white and their
That's what it
moms
is.
or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, now welcome to the stage. I'm Robbie Tamazaki Smith." I'm
Be
like, okay,
One girl was like, you can address me as Zhang. And I'm like,
no, Smith. It's Smith.
Yeah, Smith. Dun, 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 dun. Smith.
I like how you said because their moms are Asian or they're, and then you just stop talking.
What do you mean?
It's moms or Asians. The moms are going to be Asian.
Yeah.
It's never
It's
an
never
Asian
the other way
guy
around.
with a white woman.
Dude, it's going to be in this next generation.
Yes.
No, it is a
But-
little bit of that. Asian dudes got mad swag.
No, but
dude. There's
not.
no-
I mean, the vast majority is going to be white guy, Asian lady. But it's these people who first of all don't even look Asian anymore. It's done.
Well, listen, you have to also understand there is a trajectory of how the pendulum swings from being ignored, subjugated, etc., to then being ascendant and powerful.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And so Asian men are now on the trajectory because, like, oh, they've been beset upon. Oh, now all of a sudden they're a kind of underground thing. Oh, and then there's something very appealing to that kind of samizdat underground. This is a rarefied thing, and now Asian or white women or whoever can be like, oh wow, well, I want to rebel as well. And then it's going to become the thing, right?
100%.
I'm speaking very crudely here.
No, but the
and
idea
broad
is
brushstrokes about it.
More Muslims got fucked in America, but got banged after the day after the Muslim ban.
That's exactly. I was just going to bring it up, right?
The day after the Muslim ban, I would say that demographically, more Muslims got pussy.
So
that day.
it's like Muslims are now very. You see white people like, oh wallahi and
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, weird,
Dude.
you know.
Are you the wall?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
because it starts off, oh fuck, you're bombing the shit out of stuff, Muslims. Why are you doing that?
Sure.
Then it's like, hey, these are our enemies now. Oh, well, it's kind of cool,
It is cool.
right? It is kind of cool. Now you're subversive. You're kind of
Right.
cool. You're kind of edgy.
We all love a buddy cop comedy with the opposing.
Yeah,
you know?
opposing sides. Oh, there's a tension there, right? Now the Salman Rushdie thing, right? Very interesting because afterwards, people would put up stuff that would be like, I remember there's an Indian journalist, Muslim journalist, her name's Rana Ayub, and she put up a thing where it was like, hey, Salman Rushdie, hope you recover soon or whatever, right? Horrible thing that happened. She deleted the tweet because all of her followers were like, fuck that. He deserved it. He deserved it. Like, what's wrong with you, bitch? You're an idiot.
First of all, the
So now they're kind of swinging back now.
Right.
The pendulum is now they're coming back into their power.
It is interesting how as a Muslim you feel it too, like how the thing kind of goes back and forth. Now Indians have a nice little spot. They've been in this nice little fucking professional spot for like the 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
They don't really you don't see a lot of Indian controversy news, right?
Right.
Muslim, right? Boom. Now Asian shit, it's coming again as well. Now this is a longer arc. I feel like it starts in the 40s, maybe even, right? And it goes.
Listen,
you know?
starts who knows when, right? It's like
I mean, Asians in America, right? The
Yes,
beginning
yes,
is like the
yes.
40s, right? Or like the 20s when there come the railroads and the
Yeah.
beginning of that Asian hate comes.
Yeah.
This is like interesting thing. The Asian hate, you can't escape from that.
I know.
Now, here's the thing. For a young, hot Asian or a young, hot South Asian, you can harness this to get laid.
Yes, you can. You do.
And you do.
You
know?
do.
White women, again, who are too scared of black men because their dad would kill them, love going secondary. Love going a little bit like, oh, what about East Asian?
Yeah.
What about Brown? Dad wouldn't disown me.
Well,
but I'm
a
still-
lot of it is about rebelling against the father,
Right.
right? And the father is also
but
the
not
country.
right. And not so much that, that's a black guy. That's
I know.
crazy.
I know.
That'd be insane.
Indians, Hindus haven't had that moment yet, but now we're starting to.
Right,
And
right.
because it's coming in via caste.
Sure.
Now people are trying to make a thing out of caste in America.
Sure.
And it's interesting because what they don't realize what they're actually doing is they're actually solidifying Hindu power by doing that.
How so?
Because by doing this now, people who otherwise have no caste consciousness, Hindus, normal,
Right.
ordinary Hindus who have no caste consciousness, are now going to be forced into a position where they're like, oh, shit. A caste? What is this? Why are you
Right,
demonizing us? And now they're going to start, because Hindus are a very assimilative group of people. We come into this
Right.
country, and yeah, we have our local mandir, but it's also a very personalized religion. Going to
Right.
the mandir isn't the thing, right? You
Right.
pray at home. It's a very atomized thing. But now, if you're suddenly attacking this group of people, the same thing that happened with Muslims after 9/11 is going to then start happening to Hindus.
What needs to happen now to finish that off is a Hindu guy named Sriram needs to fly a plane somewhere.
That's not our style, though.
That's style.
It's not our style, though.
Hindus never fly a plane. I guess y'all would like
We
what would
take
be the-
over
what
a
would be the
company,
Hindu terrorist
dude.
attack? What?
We take over Google.
something.
You know.
Blow up Google.
Yeah, we do hostile takeovers,
Right?
You know.
Hey, yeah. Instead of blowing up the building, we're just like, I'm CEO now.
I know.
What's up? Now, here's the thing. There's something very attractive in the human psyche about feeling like you're discriminated against. Now, it makes you feel like you're worth more than a speck.
Yes,
right? You
you're
feel like you
insurgent.
matter.
There's momentum to your
my
identity.
existence is causing a issue or even causing something in people's hearts as opposed to apathy, right?
Yeah.
People like that. That's where although the half East Asian thing comes from. It's like, oh, I annoy you, don't I?
Right.
And that makes me more of a person. Because that gives me
100%.
weight. That gives me a shape.
Yeah, that's why there's all these like Muslim girls who are like, I'm a slut who also wears hijab,
Oh my God,
and I'm
those
like,
guys. There was only one lady like that in my school, and she's a real hijabi slut, Rabia. And
Love you,
Rabia
Rabia.
is the ultimate Muslim slut name. Miss you every day, Rabia.
yeah, she's great.
Oh God, dude.
Shouts. I know all about Rabia.
Bro, her family was so Muslim that she'd come and there was hijabs like on every individual eyelash. You know, like she looked insane. Then she'd go to the bathroom every day, come out in a thong.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, Rabia. Rabia's back. She was saying the N-word all the time. She was crazy.
Oh, she was that ratchet.
Crazy. She was ratchet, dude.
Yeah.
Banging all the football players. And then before the day ended, she'd go back and get all the fucking 19 hijabs going. And then she'd leave.
Yeah.
It was some Texas kooky Muslim shit, dude. I miss you every day, Rabia. I asked you out one day and you laughed in my face and called me the N-word. I'll never forget
Well,
that.
hard R.
Hard
Wasn't the
R.
nice kind. Wasn't the kind where she's gonna fuck you.
Rabia was a hottie. I couldn't get her. Rabia Khan. That's her actual name.
That's I like that. I'm very intrigued by that identity
Right.
with Muslim girls who are like, I'm bisexual hijabi or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like,
Muslim spelled Muslxm.
yeah, exactly. Muslim X.
You know what's so funny though is like on IG, it's these left-wing Muslims that got at Muslim.
Yeah.
So at Muslim, which you would think some imam would be on that. It's just a bunch of
like trans lives matter.
Bunch of transy Muslims. They're like, wait, is there
It's
a
like
funny
an imam with a beard who's also wearing a hijab.
It's a rainbow Mehdi.
Yeah.
You know, rainbow Mehdi got
With
all
the
the
hijab
colors.
on as well.
Yeah. I'm gay. I'm a gay imam. I'm a gay imam. And bro, what's funnier than that? That they got the main word for
That's-
Islam.
it's hilarious.
It's a bunch of like Muslim kids
It's so
who like
funny.
do anal. You know what I'm saying? God was gay. God was a non-binary gay. Allah is gay. Gay.
Actually,
Allah is short for Allah to gay. And they have at Muslim. I love it.
that's amazing.
It's the best thing in the world.
I gotta follow them.
Dude, they get a lot of death threats and stuff because it's like, some new neophyte who just wants to like find Muslims on the internet. And they see like, this is how you correctly eat an ass. Halal style.
Halal style. Here's halal ass eating.
Halal.
Get the imam to bless it first.
Here's how to make your ass halal. This is Imam Tashahud. He's gonna fucking bless our fucking assholes.
Bismillah.
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 God damn it.
Okay, we're getting stabbed for this. Both of us are.
Where's our fatwa?
What I'm worried about is that I don't want them to think that I'm a bad influence on you because I'm a Hindu. And I know people have come at you with that energy.
Sure. Here's the thing. The jungli is a circle, dude.
Yeah,
It's a
it
circle.
is.
It's a circle. There's no end or beginning. It just
Exactly.
is. It's the flow.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. The fatwa against Mango Bay was already started 3 seconds in to fucking episode 1. Now, it's very interesting that
No!
fucking come, bitch. Salman got stabbed for something that happened 33 years ago. This Fadi guy didn't even read the book.
No, he definitely
Okay,
didn't read
and
the
first of
book.
all, Satanic isn't even a book about.
I think apparently there was something where he was like kind of revenge for Soleimani style
Yeah.
vibes, you know?
It could be that interesting.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I never thought about that.
Yeah. I heard whispers of that.
Right. I read a little Satanic verses. It's like Harry Potter.
I haven't read that book.
It's like Harry Potter. It's like a
I
mystical.
do. I will say this, and we should wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
Is that V.S. Naipaul, obviously a very
Yeah.
storied Indian origin writer, Trinidadian. He was a huge hater on Usama and Rushdie. So when the fatwa came out, he called it an advanced form of literary criticism, which I thought was hilarious.
That's really funny.
It's a great burn.
Very funny burn
Yeah.
and a very literary burn.
Yeah, it's very
That's a
literary burn.
turtleneck tweed
Yeah,
jacket
exactly.
burn. That's the kind of burn where after you do the burn, you're like, that's the post burn
Well,
laugh.
some might say it's a form of literary critique.
yes, I have to go great, baby.
Let's wrap it up.
Left to Salman. Get well soon.
Get
no
well
one deserves
soon.
to get
You got
fucking
one eye, but with
stabbed.
that good eye left, you can write something, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody yesterday asked me, like, do you think he's gonna write again? I'm like, bro, he's 78 years old, is now half blind, just got off a ventilator. I don't think he was going to before this.
Is he gonna live again?
Yeah,
dude?
it's like, let's start with breathing first.
Oh my god. 70.
Davidson Boswell, good guy. Love you, Davidson.
love that guy.
Yeah. He was like, you think he's gonna write
Listen,
again? I was like, no.
Jesus Christ, dude.
All right. Guys, speaking of no fatwas against us, it's all love here. We're just having a good time.
It's all
you know,
good.
Just
and
chill.
so was Salman. I think he was having a good time.
He was having a good
writing
time.
satanic
too,
verses.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
And Hadi Matar, I think, was having his version of a good time.
Everyone follow your truth.
Yeah,
Okay?
everyone follow your truth. Unless it involves knives and Mango Bay. Guys, subscribe to the Patreon. You're gonna get into the next show for free, and we're gonna be dropping content from the show as well there.
Yeah.
We're also doing new jokes a week there. New joke Wednesday for me. New joke Fridays for Usama on the Patreon. That's any Patreon level. So $3, $5, whatever it is, get in there, guys. This has been Mango Bay. Subscribe across platforms. We love you. Thank you.
Your Mango Bay.